Hello students, how are you? I think you are enjoying my videos and try to correlate the previous videos with the new one. In this video I am going to explain you how to measure elasticity. There are different methods to measure elasticity. The one is percentage method, the second is point method, which is also known as geometric method. So in exam, if they ask you geometric method, don't get panic, they are asking you the point method only. Now the third method is known as total expenditure, or the same method is also known as total outlay method. So these are the three methods. With the help of that you can measure elasticity. Percentage method I have already explained in previous videos that the comparison is made between two things, that if price changes, how much percentage change will be there in quantity demanded. That you will explain that if percentage change in quantity demanded is more than percentage change in price, means EP is elastic, or EP you can write more than 1. If percentage change in quantity demanded is less than percentage change in price, you can say the elasticity is less elastic. And if percentage change is equal to 1, then you can say elasticity is unitary elastic. So you can take help of any imaginary example, and with the help of that you can calculate elasticity with the help of this formula, del Q by del P into P by Q. So in my previous videos I have explained it in detail. You can take example of any imaginary example where you are comparing between price change and quantity demanded change. The second method is point method or geometric method. If it is asked as a 6 marks question, you have to explain first what is point elasticity. What is point elasticity? Point elasticity means when elasticity is measured at one particular point, then it is known as point elasticity. So in this method you have to first draw the diagram. Now name the straight line demand curve AB. X-axis you write quantity and y-axis you write price. Now this line you divide it into two parts by pointing the midpoint. Now the line is divided into two parts. Again the first part you divide into 2 and the second part also you divide into 2. Name each point, like here you write C, then D, then E. After that you write the formula, lower segment is divided by upper segment. The word segment means part. So this is the formula to measure point elasticity. Now here you have to explain each point. Now one by one we will be explaining each point. At A point, EP is equal to, what is the lower segment? AB, and the upper segment is 0. So whenever any number is divided by 0 is equal to infinity. So here you write EP is equal to infinity. Always mention the values so that your answer is correct. Now at B point, EP is equal to, you can say lower segment is 0, upper segment is BA. When 0 is divided by any number, it will be 0, so EP is equal to 0. Now the third one is C point. At C point, EP is equal to, lower segment is CB, upper segment is CA. You can see visually that CB part is much larger if you compare it with CA. For example, if you are dividing the bigger number with a smaller number, you will always see that your answer will come more than 1. So EP will be here in this case greater than 1. Now the next part is at E point. At E point, the lower segment is EB divided by EA. You can see EB is much shorter if you compare it with EA. Just take the previous example, 4 is divided by 6. 2 by 3, so it can be 0.66. If your answer comes less than 1, you can write EP is less than 1. So in a straight line demand curve, with the help of point method, elasticity is measured in this way. There is a second method also. When you are drawing this line, take some measurement, suppose 8 centimeter. So midpoint 4 centimeter is a D point. Then remaining you are dividing the each part into 2 parts. In that way also, with the help of numbers, you can measure the elasticity. So it is up to you which method. Either you can write it like this or write the measurement. Both are correct. Now after that, measure elasticity with the help of point method in a non-linear demand curve. Non-linear demand curve means when demand curve is not a straight line curve, there is a slope in the demand curve. So you draw a demand curve. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. X-axis is quantity, y-axis is price. So you draw a demand curve which is having a slope. Now take any point, suppose here, name the point K. Draw a tangent touching this point. Okay, the way I have drawn. Name the tangent, suppose A, B. Now you write at K point EP is equal to, again lower segment is EP is equal to is KB, that is the lower segment, upper segment is KA. So you can measure elasticity. You can see that at K point KB is shorter in comparison to KA, so EP will be less than 1. You can take any other point, suppose it is L. Draw a tangent, name the tangent, Suppose it is CD. If you draw it properly with the help of scale, it will come correct. So at L point, EP is equal to, lower segment is LD divided by LC. You can see LD is much larger than LC, so EP will be greater than 1. So in the demand curve you can draw any point, and by touching that point you can draw a tangent. Name the tangent, and after that apply the formula lower segment divided by upper segment. And after that you can only see that EP is more than 1, less than 1, or equal to 1. So these are the two methods you have to explain in point method. First, when the demand curve is linear, means straight line curve, and second, when the demand curve is non-linear, or you can say when the demand curve is having a slope. You don't have to explain much, only you have to explain the diagrams. Other than that, you don't have to write anything.